Brought to you by WikiVD Documentaries. Quantico TV series. Quantico is an American drama thriller series that premiered on ABC on September 27, 2015. The series was created by Joshua Safran and was produced by ABC Studios. Mark Gordon, Robert Sertner, Nicholas Pepper and Safran serve as executive producers. Priyanka Chopra stars as Alex Parrish, a bright FBI recruit, who after graduating from the FBI Academy, joins the agency, and later becomes a prime suspect of a terrorist attack on Grand Central Terminal. The series, up to the 35th episode, featured two timelines: the present where Parrish runs from captivity to prove her innocence, and the past which showed her and her fellow recruits training at the Academy, revealing various detail about their previous lives. Later, it switched to a single timeline. Apart from Chopra, who became the first South Asian to headline an American network series, the cast also include Jake McLaughlin, Yasmin El-Masri, Joanna Brady, Tate Ellington, Graham Rogers, Annabelle Acosta as her fellow recruits, and Josh Hopkins and Anya Nuelis as their trainers at the FBI Academy, Quantico, Virginia. In Season 2, Russell Tovey, Pearl Fusey, and Blair Underwood were added to the main cast following the CIA plot elements. Production of the first season primarily occurred in Montreal, with downtown Montreal and Sherbrooke standing in for New York and Quantico, respectively. Later the production moved to New York for its second season. Quantico has received positive reviews from critics, with most praise directed towards Chopra's performance and the diversity. However, the confusing dual timelines has attracted criticism. It has been nominated for 4 People's Choice Awards, including Favorite Network TV Drama. Chopra has won 2 People's Choice Awards, including Favorite Dramatic TV Actress in 2017, making her the first South Asian to win a People's Choice Award. On May 15, 2017, ABC renewed the series for a 3rd season, which is set to consist of 13 episodes. As part of the renewal process, it was revealed that Joshua Safran will exit from his role as the primary showrunner of the show. Season 1. Season 1 follows Alex Parrish, once most promising FBI recruit, who becomes a prime suspect following a terrorist attack on Grand Central Terminal, and is then taken into custody for treason. The flashbacks show her and fellow agents, each having their secrets, to join the FBI training at the Quantico Academy. While living at the Academy, she learned of her father's double agent identity. However, someone from her Academy days has framed Parrish. The current timeline focuses on the restrained relationship of Parrish with her friends, while she is on the run to prove her innocence. Season 2. Season 2 follows Alex Parrish, who has apparently been fired from the FBI. Flashback revealed that she is working undercover for the FBI as a CIA recruit. Their mission is to uncover the mastermind behind the rogue faction of the CIA called the AIC. 2 weeks after the end of a G20 summit hostage crisis, President Claire Haas and CIA Director Matthew Keys put forth a covert joint task force, trained by Owen Hall, between the FBI and CIA. The mission of the task force is to expose a syndicate of 8 collaborators that were secretly involved in orchestrating the hostage crisis. Development. On September 17, 2014, ABC announced the network had bought the original concept for the drama series written by Joshua Safran and produced by Mark Gordon Company. Described as Grey's Anatomy meets Homeland, ABC ordered the pilot on January 23, 2015. For the 2015-16 television season, the pilot episode was filmed in Atlanta and directed by Mark Munden. On May 7, 2015, ABC picked up the pilot to series with an order of 13 episodes. ABC picked up the show for a full season on October 13, 2015, with an additional 6 episodes, increasing the episode count to 19, and in November to 22 episodes. On March 3, 2016, ABC announced that Quantico had been renewed for a second season, which premiered on September 25, 2016. On May 15, 2017, ABC renewed the series for a third season, which is set to consist of 13 episodes. As part of the renewal process, it was revealed that Joshua Safran will exit from his role as the primary showrunner of the show. Casting advertisements began in February 2015. Tate Ellington was the first actor cast as an FBI trainee on February 9, 2015. On February 9, Graham Rogers joined the series as another FBI trainee. On February 25, it was announced that Ornyanu Ellis would play the leading role of Miranda Shaw, the assistant director of the training academy. Ellis was cast in this role following the success of ABC's How to Get Away with Murder, which also features an African-American lead. Later, it was announced that Dougray Scott, initially cast as Ellis' character's former partner, had been recast as her subordinate. On February 25, Indian actress Priyanka Chopra landed the role of FBI trainee Alex Parrish, the series' young female lead. On March 3, it was announced that Jake McLaughlin would play Alex Parrish's love interest, while Joanna Brady and Yasmin Al-Masri were cast in the final co-starring roles. After picking up the pilot, ABC began making casting changes. On May 19, 2015, it was announced that Dougray Scott, who played FBI Special Agent Liam O'Connor, had left the show and the role would be recast. Josh Hopkins replaced him in that role on July 17, 2015. On July 15, 2015, it was announced that Annabelle Acosta was cast for a multi-episode arc as a Quantico recruit and former cop. On July 20, 2015, Rick Cosnett signed on to play a recurring role as a gay former defense attorney and analyst recruit. On September 4, 2015, it was announced that Acosta had been promoted to series regular. On September 11, 2015, Jacob Artist was cast in the recurring role of a friendly and confident FBI agent in training, who is a former quarterback from a wealthy, prominent family. It was announced on November 6, 2015, that Marcia Cross was cast as Claire Haas, Caleb's mother, and wife of FBI Deputy Director Clayton Haas, who is a high-ranking senator and now vice presidential candidate. It was also announced in November 2015 that 3 people were cast for recurring characters: J. Armstrong Johnson, Lenny Platt, and Lee Jun Lee, to be added after the first season's mid-season break. For the second season, the show added several series regulars, including Russell Tovey as Harry Doyle, Blair Underwood as CIA Officer Owen Hall, and Pearl Thusi as Diana Mampasi. Aaron Diaz was announced to have joined the show for the second season in a recurring role as photojournalist Leon Velez. Diaz was later upgraded as a series regular for the second season of Quantico. On July 19, 2016, The Hollywood Reporter reported that Tracy Ifeachor and David Lim were added as recurring cast and would be playing Lydia Hall and Sebastian Chen, respectively. Showrunner Joshua Safran revealed in an interview after the first season finale that the producers were in discussion of getting revenge on Henry Zinni in the second season, as the character he played in the finale is important for the story in Season 2. Deadline reported on July 28, 2016, that Zinni had been added as a major recurring role as Matthew Keyes. On January 12, 2017, it was announced that Hunter Parrish was cast in the recurring role of Clay Haas in the second season of Quantico. On March 13, 2017, it was announced that Krista Rodriguez was cast in the recurring role of Maxine Griffin in the second season of Quantico. On March 20, 2017, it was announced that Graham Rogers would reprise his role as Caleb Haas in the second season of Quantico. On June 14, 2017, it was reported by Hollywood Reporter that Yasmin Al-Masri will be exiting the show in the third season of Quantico. On June 15, TV Line reported that Pearl Thusi would also not be returning for the third season. Writing. Safran called the second season more cohesive and will be structured like the first season, as he said. Season 2 will keep the two storyline structure. This one is one full story, and then one slow thing. It's a cleaner build, that's the best I can say. It will be less confusing, but the season is structured a little bit slower. In another interview, Safran confirmed that the structure would be a little bit of flash forward, but the majority will be what I like to call the present. Safran talked about the differences between the FBI and CIA, as he said, "We're very interested in the fact that the FBI is so much about being honest, truthful, and living up to your badge. And the CIA is the opposite. You succeed if you can deceive. So it's going to be interesting to see. It's like a funhouse mirror of what we've seen." Filming. The pilot episode was filmed in Atlanta, with the series moving to film episodes after the pilot to Quebec, specifically the Montreal area, in late summer 2015. Using settings within downtown Montreal and Sherbrooke to stand in for New York and Quantico, respectively. Multiple scenes of the Quantico Academy were taken at the campus of the Université de Sherbrooke. Production of the first 13 episodes began on July 20, 2015 and ended on December 17, 2015. Production on Season 1 continued in Montreal through to the season finale. On April 22, 2016, The New York Times reported that the production of the show would be moving to New York City for the second season. Show creator Joshua Safran said that the reason for the move was because Season 2 is going to be very much more a New York story. Filming for the second season started on July 13, 2016, confirmed by Priyanka Chopra. Critical response. The first season of Quantico received positive reviews, with most praising Priyanka Chopra's performance. The review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes reports an 82% certified fresh approval rating, with an average rating of 6.9 based on 56 reviews. The website's consensus reads, "Obvious copycatting aside, Quantico provides ludicrously entertaining thrills from a well-balanced cast." On Metacritic, the series holds a score of 70 out of 100 based on 25 reviews, indicating generally favorable reviews. New York Star Ledger's Vicky Hyman declared it to be the best new show of the season, giving it an A score. She felt the show was taut and terrifically calibrated, noting, with at least one deadly effective twist you won't see coming. New York Magazine noted that the show was familiar in all the right ways. James Pony Wozak of the New York Times wrote about Chopra's performance, describing her as the strongest human asset of the show, and added that she is immediately charismatic and commanding. He further added that the narrative gymnastics make the first half hour of Quantico pass quickly and entertainingly. Too much of this, though, keeps you from investing much in the characters. Melissa Metz of Entertainment Weekly named it the best Shonda Rhimes drama that Rhimes never touched. Writing the show features oh my god twists, a suspenseful cliffhanger, and a diverse cast of attractive, hyper-ambitious characters who generate enough sexual tension. It worked to warrant a call to our plus. As a former Miss World who breaks typecasting as an inscrutable agent, Chopra is bound to be a breakout star. Robert Bianco from the USA Today gave it 3 out of 4, opined that it's an appropriately diverse group, brought to life by generally fine performances, led by Chopra's and Ellis, and wrote, "There are times when Quantico feels a shade mechanical, in moments when you can practically hear the plot gears moving. But it accomplishes what the opener of a whodunit needs to do: establish a wide range of plausible suspects and spark our interest in the mystery and the hero." Tim Goodman of The Hollywood Reporter found the pilot just good enough to make you watch another. The AV Club gave a B+ rating, noting, "Quantico is a fun, soapy riff on one of our most sensitive topics." However, Tim Grierson from TheWrap was less impressed, writing, "For a show about highly trained, incredibly intelligent agents, Quantico's pilot often succumbs to lame-brained plotting and a less than convincing portrayal of its specialized milieu." The first few episodes of Season 2 received mixed reviews, complaining about the lack of character development and the confusing, dual timeline. Broadcast and distribution. Quantico was initially scheduled to air Tuesdays at 10 p.m., but was moved to Sundays at 10 p.m., due to Of Kings and Prophets being retooled. The show premiered on ABC on Sunday, September 27, 2015. The episodes are approximately 43 minutes, and are broadcast in both high definition and standard. In India, the series premiered on October 3, 2015 on Star World Premiere. In Australia, the series premiered on the 7 Network on October 11, 2015. The series was acquired by Alibi in the UK. In South Africa, the series was acquired by pay TV broadcaster DStv and airs on its View Zoamp channel a day after its US airing. The series episodes are also available for download at the iTunes Store in standard and high-definition version, and Amazon Video. ABC Video On Demand also releases recent episodes of the show for temporary viewing. Recent episodes were on Hulu, and are now available at ABC's official Quantico website and on Xfinity. On August 23, 2016, the first season became available to stream instantly on Netflix in various countries. On June 15, 2017, the second season became available to stream instantly on Netflix in the United States. Thank you for watching. Brought to you by WikiVD Documentaries. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.